Hello, it's Monday the 24th. I'm FX Blue and this is the market brief. So Andrew Bailey's been on. He's been playing down the long-term economic effect of rising inflation during the recovery. You'll remember last week's core inflation data more than doubled to 1.5%, but tightening monetary policy to combat this, well, that would risk cutting off the recovery almost as soon as it's begun. Further, as inflation is not due to any structural factors, it is expected to even out over time. It could easily be the case that concerns are over-exaggerated, similar to when QE was introduced, but many analysts are struggling to swallow the transitory assurances when measures like the stamp duty holiday are almost inflationary by design. In the market, sterling maintains support against the dollar. We saw a high of 142.35 last week, and we kick off the new week from around 141.55. Over in the US, similar questions remain around inflation, how serious it might become, and indeed what the Fed plans to do about it. But despite all the noise from those concerned, very few see a real risk of rampant inflation developing in any of the major economies. The real question is more around whether inflation is indeed transitory or if it may be slightly more structural. That will help understand how high it will rise and indeed for how long it will remain a factor. Powell is very firmly in team transitory. He's been joined by Christine Lagarde and Andrew Bailey. But regardless of who's on what team, simply telling the market that their concerns are understood, that's wearing a little thin. But that said, the three central banks are comfortable with a wait-and-see approach, seemingly content to see if the supply chain bottlenecks recede and the pent-up demand will dissipate as their respective economies return to normal. The dollar index resumed its downward trend last week, falling to 89.65, and euro dollar kicks off the new week just shy of the 122 mark. Lovely stuff. Right, well, that's it from me this morning. Have a great day. Hope your week starts on a high. Do join me again tomorrow.
If you do not have a clue, then just tweet through and ask FX Blue.